Just setting everything up. Be right back soon. Trying to figure out how I go live on Instagram. Oh, actually, you know what? I should email. Let's see. How do I do this? Okay. Okay. And then what? How do I invite people? Invite guests. Oh, here we go. I'm sending the guest the link to today's live stream if you're curious. Okay. Here's the link. Okay, here's the link to today's conversation. Boom. Okay, now how do I add Instagram live stream here? Edit, stream key, save. Okay. It says update the channel and provide a new stream key. What? It doesn't make sense. It says update the channel. Oh, wait, sending date. Oh, wait, we're live on Instagram. We did it. How do I do it? Wait, that's sick. Okay, now go live. Why isn't it live on Instagram? Okay. Oh, no. I have to reset it. That's so annoying. Is this working or not working? What? All right, I don't have time for this. What do I need to email? Need to email everybody, actually. Okay. Why is that possible? Broken link. Why is that a broken link? How do I download this? We'll be starting in 20 minutes. Assuming I can figure this out. But actually, I always figure it out. Okay. You're fine. Okay. Let's see. Analytics. Okay. Export. Event data. Yeah. Okay. All right. Whatever. I'm just going to send that as a. How do I do that? All right. One sec. I got to figure this out. All right. We're kicking off in 5. Just want to test this. Test. Christina, I see you joined early. Thank you. What was that? Kicking off in 5. Test this. Test. I don't know if y'all could hear that, but I've got so many different devices left. All right, Christina, I'm going to bring you up here. You good? All right.
I've been so out of it.
Why?
Just traveling, focusing on other stuff, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get back in this space.
Do you not
So
want to
we're not
pitch?
pitching today, right?
My goal is that here. Wait, let me adjust this text. I don't know how to work this. 1 second. There it is. Okay. My hope is that I feel like our last money cage, the general concept was that your business wasn't pure venture.
It's not.
It's
I'm not looking for venture capital anymore. I'm very clear on that.
Exactly. I personally think that crowdfunding is like one of the most undiscovered amazing things out there. And so I felt like, given our last episode, this is one where your business is a really good fit. And so my logic was have Sean walk you through why that is as a part of the content today. It's not going to be a huge feature part, but you're welcome to not do it. We were supposed to have 2 other people, I won't say, but one, yeah, anyways. So it's up to you.
So yeah, I haven't even, to be honest, like I haven't even looked. Like I have to refresh my memory on the pitch. Um, if I mean, obviously, I can talk for a minute about what my business is. Um,
All right. So your choice. This will be a lot about crypto and how things are tokenizing, and it'll be a lot about AI and how that's helping with
Yeah.
fundraising. My hope was to use your business as the example of a non-pure tech business
Okay.
that is a really good fit for a crowdfunding campaign.
Okay. Then I'll present. Do you have my slide? Do you need my slide?
No, we'll do this different. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Sean's awesome. So Sean works with Republic, and I don't know how much you know about them, but like they're just really startup friendly. It's his job to basically bring all of the entrepreneurs through there and help them fundraise. So he's worked with like every single type of company across the board, and I think it'll be really helpful.
Okay. But you still want me to do like a pitch format like that? No. Okay. Perfect. Okay.
No. No, I'll keep you. Oh, wait,
Okay.
I'll keep you off camera once he gets here, and then towards the end, so we'll talk crypto, AI, and then non-tech, really good fit startups for crowdfunding, and then that's when we'll talk about yours. And I brought I have a little slide in a presentation I made. It's basically just this screenshot of your website, and so you'll just give a quick overview, and then he'll talk through like what are some other things he's seen, because I'm pretty sure there's been your types of companies that have raised through crowdfunding, and I think it's a much better fit than venture, to your point. So we'll see.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yep. All right. I'm going to push you off camera, and then hopefully Sean joins the next 2 minutes, and we'll go from there. All right. Let's see. Can I see everyone watching on X? All right. We kick off in 2 minutes. Here we go. This is going to be awesome. The thing I miss about Zoom versus live streaming is that I get to like bring everyone up one on one and talk to them. Now we do that on Fridays, but I do miss that part. I wonder if there's a way to supplement that for live streaming. All right, Sean's not here yet, but I'll give a quick overview of what we're going to do. So I had launched a crowdfund campaign, I think it was 2017 or something, maybe 2018, on a platform called Republic. Absolutely loved it. We did great with it. We brought on a bunch of backers. It was just a really fruitful, useful thing. And so it's been a platform I've been watching for a while. That was back when it was called Republic.co. They couldn't afford the .com. Fast forward 10 years, it's now Republic.com. And I think they've raised like $1 billion or something for startups. And so I'm not sure Sean's exact role, but he's basically their head of community, head of startups, and he's the person that you go through to kind of interact with the team. So we're going to bring him on today and have him share his understanding and his perspective, like what is the right fit for crowdfunding versus venture, because there's a very different stigma with each one. How is tokenization impacting crowdfunding? Also important. How is AI impacting fundraising? We're going to go through an example of one of the pages of an AI startup that raised, I think it was 1.2 or 1.4. So we'll do all that today as soon as he gets here. Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to go message him, and then we'll be right back. If you're on if you're on X watching this, can you write in the chat where you're currently watching it from? I wrote in there and said I'm watching from Florida. This is one of our first live streams. I want to understand how this works exactly, so I'd appreciate it. All right, I just emailed him. Oh, he joined. Add to the stream. What's up, Sean?
Hey, Don. How are you?
You are live on the internet with 24 people watching right now. 27. Oh man, we're blowing up. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just giving a quick overview of Republic, and I said back when I used Republic, it was Republic.co. And I said, now you've grown and you can afford the full .com, and now it's Republic.com. So I've seen a lot of growth on the platform.
I love it. Yeah. It's been you've raised even before I got here, but I've been at Republic now for 3 years, and the growth of the business, not just in our crowdfunding, but just in all the other products that we now offer with crypto tokenization. It's growing every day. So it's very exciting, the things we can do for companies.
Republic's raised how much in total for the startups?
Yeah, so we've had over 2,500 companies raised on Republic. We've had over $3.5 billion invested on the platform, and we've had now over 3.5 million investors from 120 plus countries around the world invest in our opportunities. So
you had 3 million investors put in $3 billion to 2,500 companies.
Yeah, just about that. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And that's really across a lot of our business lines. So as I mentioned, we do crowdfunding. We have a crypto advisory arm, helping companies launch a token, do tokenization. We have a digital asset management arm as well. So
yeah, I just hate to cut you off. I was watching a CEO interview of not Chuck, but your other CEO. And he was talking about, I think you're selling SpaceX tokens now, or indirect SpaceX tokens or something he was saying.
Yeah. So, and I could speak to this a little bit, but I wasn't too directly involved with those opportunities. And I know, that those are very active conversations, regulatory wise, et cetera. But these are essentially structured as mirror tokens. These are tokenized debt instruments where they mirror the exact structure of some of the largest private companies in the world. And by leveraging Republic's tech stack and infrastructure, it's really the only way for non-accredited and accredited investors to be able to invest in these private companies. So the entity raising itself is actually Republic, and it's a mirror-like structure of these very large private companies, and it's offered in a tokenized manner. And with all of these opportunities, Republic has some type of connection or interest with these companies as well. So it's not just like you're throwing money at nothing. We have some type of interest, and are
you allowed to explain how that works technically, from like who owns the asset, or do you want to skip over that? Because I know it's like on that topic right now. It's literally in Congress as we talk.
Yeah, I mean, I can lightly touch on it. I wasn't too involved within the actual day-to-day weeds of it, but Republic has set up these entities, for example, like Republic X entity, and that's exactly Republic itself is actually holding the funds, right? Upon those future, and it's representing the interests and the investments of the Republic investors who participate in that campaign, and then upon that future exit, IPO, liquidation moment, Republic will then pay out those investors based on the price that they got in at, on what the private companies are kind of valued at. We looked at a lot of second, third party sources of what the companies are currently valued at versus what they'll IPO at. So I know it's probably not like the best answer to it, but a lot of these were structured as tokenized debt instruments, allowing all these people to get involved, which is exciting. And yeah, I mean, there's movement on this stuff every single day. So I'm actually still learning more myself.
Yeah, there's no experts within this. I mean, I think I saw there's $250 billion worth of stable coins online. That could 100x. All that then opens up this whole door to tokenized assets and things of that sort, which Republic's going to play a huge role in. Obviously, like there's no answer to any of this stuff. When I was watching this interview, what's his name? Not Chuck, but the other guy.
So we have two CEOs. So Kenny Yen and Andrew Durkee. Andrew Durkee went on Squawk Box.
Fox he was the one I was watching.
Yeah, and Fox Business. And it was cool. I mean, they were really grilling him because
CNBC was grilling him, you're saying.
Yeah, and Squawk Box was because it's such a new, like, innovative tool. Because, like, how can a non-accredited investor be able to invest in SpaceX or OpenAI, right? Like, that's currently totally impossible. It's even hard for accredited investors to be able to do that, right?
And the argument was, hey, that person can mortgage their house, go to Vegas, and put it all on black, but they can't mortgage their house and put it on SpaceX. Why can't they do that? What's wrong with SpaceX?
I loved that. And what was cool, that was a great line by Andrew. Yeah. And what was cool is the next day they had the SEC chairman talking, and they were actually asking him about, his kind of thoughts on what Andrew was saying. Didn't mention Andrew directly, but talking about a high level on this tokenization market and allowing more retail investors, because, you're seeing private companies are staying private a lot longer. Right. Mm-hmm. So retail investors are not able to invest until they're public, right? Which is happening now in a much longer pace. And he even seemed really open to it, right? He was like, as the SEC, we also want to be revolutionary. We want to keep a more open mindset versus the other way around. And the retail investor market is so massive. I mean, the 3.5 million people that invested on Republic is minuscule compared to all the retail investors globally, right? So I think that it's a market that we've built our entire company on, and we want to give the everyday investor from anywhere around the world the opportunity to share in the success of some of these amazing private companies. And that's Republic is built on opening the door to a larger pool of investors. And and I'll go more into it, but that's why we've seen a lot of unique assets on Republic recently, such as sports, film financing, kind of music funds, having a lot of success on Republic, because taking the example of film financing in Hollywood, with a lot of these film production companies, only the top 1% Hollywood executives are able to invest and share in the future success of these films, right? Meanwhile, you have generations of movie fans, right? That their only engagement with the movie is going to the theaters and watching it, right? Or watching it years later with their friends and family. So how cool to give your movie fans the opportunity to invest in the development of a slate of films and get a revenue participation out of that. So we've seen that work. We've seen sports teams raising in Republic.
So, that specifically, like that's the vision we heard with NFTs. Crypto's been saying that vision forever. So is the difference of why now because of the regulation and Crypto Week and the stuff that's being passed right now at a government level? Like what's the difference of why we're able to do this stuff?
I mean, a lot of those are just still traditional rounds that are not tokenized as well. I think there's a really big confusion with tokenization, thinking that it's completely separate from a traditional capital round. Tokenization is just an additional element and benefit. It's an additional benefit that it provides investors, but at its core on Republic, a lot of what I do and a lot of our offerings are structured as these security token offerings where these companies are still raising traditional equity. Investors still have their securities. By tokenizing it, it just provides for additional benefits for the company and the investor.
And when you tokenize it, definition wise, is that on the blockchain?
It will be, but yes, correct. It is. It is on chain. Republic, and to kind of go back to your first question, Don. Yes, the reason why tokenization is really working now is because of the regulatory response to it. We're seeing a more positive response to it, and we're just seeing so many more companies now are way more open to the idea, right? So we've been very busy. We've had a lot of phone calls in the past year or two. We spent years building the tokenization to be ready for times like this.
I feel like the number of false starts that companies like yours have had over the decade is amazing. It feels like, fingers crossed, everything gets passed by Friday and we're off to the races. All right,
exactly.
Let me give a quick. We have almost 70 people watch this. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Cool.
So I'm going to do a quick intro to what this is. I'm going to do it on 1.5 speed since most people listen to podcasts, so that way no one has to be bored by what I'm going to say. All right, so I've been in VC for 10 years. I started off born in Michigan, went through venture, raised some money, worked as a scout for General Catalyst, which is a big venture fund, raised some more money, another $5 million, worked at Meta. Now I'm hosting Money Cage, which is what you're at today. I love startups. I slept in a bunch of closets when I started off. It's like just the best thing about startups is the ability to be gritty. I just love innovation. All right, so today is episode 2 of Money Cage. Money Cage is a series that I started working on where we're doing these live on X. And today we have our special guest, Sean Haggerty from Republic.com. Welcome, Sean. Thank you for coming.
Excited to be here. Thank you.
So our first episode we did with Itamar, and that was basically about how to top VCs think about deals. Our second episode today we're doing with you.
Yeah.
And that is like how to crowdfund up to 10 million. I don't know what the regulation is now, but how do you crowdfund? How does AI impact that? How does crypto impact that? And then Mercedes is coming to join us in 2 weeks, and she is a venture partner at Lightspeed Ventures. And so hopefully you all know about that. If you do want to come join that one, we're going to do it as like a Shark Tank format. So you can go on my website and actually apply to come pitch her. That'll be a very cool concept. All right, so Sean,
that's awesome.
Everything's changed in the last 3 months. It seems like everything has completely changed. AI has gone 2 or 3x from what it was. Crypto is now becoming acceptable. It's like all these dreams that startup people had for a decade and a half are like all of a sudden coming true in the same time period. So blockchain and AI are the 2 big differences. I think you sent me the link to, this is something we just talked about. To your point, covered in CNBC, blockchain-driven platform to mimic stock trading, allowing people to invest in SpaceX. Like this is a thing that's really starting.
And Don, just one thing for all the people on here, for people really looking to get the most information out of these Mir tokens, you could simply go to our website, click on any of those offering pages. There's a whole FAQs disclosures tab where you can really get that exact information as to what we have currently. So cool. Just flagging that. But thanks again, Don.
Yep, cool. And so this is not a Mir token. This is what you work with. This is what I did when I raised the Republic, correct? Okay. So I'll control the screen. Can you walk us through what is this from someone that all these founders are listening to us? 100 people want to maybe use Republic? Like, what is the benefit and what is this page all about?
Yeah, exactly. So, in terms of Republic, right? So we were founded nearly 10 years ago. Yeah, back in 2016. Don is showing you the page now, but Republic is, a global investment platform and marketplace. And here's the marketplace, that Don is showing you, that allows for private and public companies to raise capital while also, getting greater exposure, visibility, and marketing to a larger global investor base. What I really like to say is, for everyone on this call is, yes, it's obviously a great way to raise capital in a democratized format. Even more so, though, the engagement, the revenue generation, the customer acquisition, and the loyalty that you get out of it is just as important as the capital raise. So, as I mentioned before, in Republic, we've had over 2,500 companies raise for those $3 billion in the platform. And we've had over 3 million investors invest on Republic from 150 plus countries around the world. So the cool part about this is not only will these people be investing in your guys' company on our marketplace, but they'll hopefully be buying your guys' products, telling their friends and family to invest. And they're ultimately going to be, because once they're owners and investors in your company, they want to see that investment do well.
I'll just say, real quick, to back that up, this was my campaign, 2020, 1,641 people. It was one of the best things we did for our business, because all of a sudden, to your point, we had all these supporters that were willing to test the product, willing to give feedback, had a vested interest.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of the most helpful things that we did. So I'm a huge believer in this concept of just crowdfunding in general.
I love it. I'm happy to hear that as well, Don. And basically the way to say it is, you're not just taking in investors, you're really creating brand ambassadors with your guys' business, because they're equity holders. And even though it's a small amount, just the thought that they're investors in your company or they're part owners in your company, that's going to drive them to just be more engaged with your products, spread your community, et cetera. And it's not just about a great way to get exposure and raise capital from our Republic investor base, but it's also an exceptional way for companies to reward your existing audience, your personal network, your broad community, and say, hey, thanks for being loyal from day one to Tiho, our personal AI. We now want to give back and allow you to actually become a part owner and invest in this business.
And so do they give away these perks? Is that how that works here? Just like a Kickstarter? Oh, look at this graph. Wow, they really did it well.
So you're looking now at an offering page from a company with a raise we did with a company called Personal AI. What's nice about the Republic process is that you will have your entire own support staff on Republic. So when companies go down this process, you have your own dedicated Republic onboarding manager to fully get you live. We built this entire page for Personal AI. So we provide a lot of the administrative support. Companies, you can also take that Kickstarter model as well, where, hey, you're not just investing in the business, but tied in with that, or in addition to that investment, is a set of perks.
Sean,
now that could be
Sean, do you wanna watch this video? I think we can hear it. Would that be a good?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is an example of the co-founder and CEO made, basically just talking about his business, pitching the opportunity, and it's a great tool for founders. But feel free to click play.
And I found this video is really important from fundraising. Is that still true today?
Yeah. I mean, founders always ask me, hey, do we need a video or not? No, there's no mandatory requisite to have a video. Mm-hmm. The more materials, the more personalized videos like this that you can provide, the more likely it is that I would go invest, just thinking about myself. So it's a great tool. Yes. Amazing tool.
All right. Let me make sure audio's shared. Okay. Here we go. Play.
Hi, I'm Suman Kanaganti with Personal AI. A personal AI is a digital representation of an individual or a brand. It is an AI model that is trained on individual facts, knowledge, and perspectives to make everyday communications more accessible and scalable. We are a team of engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs with 4 exits and more than 40 years of startup experience. We are also backed by an extensive network of AI partners such as NVIDIA, Stability AI, and Databricks, as well as advisors from Snapchat, AT&T, and co-founders of Warby Parker. Our biological memory is imperfect. Our digital memory is fragmented, trapped in silos of messages, emails, conversations, notes, and social posts. Furthermore, our digital memory is not accessible by others.
All right. I don't want to go into the full details of the product, but but that person took a lot of time to ensure that that was a high quality video. And then they reuse those same graphics in their page.
Yeah.
So you saw that one graphic of the graph that I pointed out earlier in their video. So that was smart, right? They were reusing this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember what I did for my video because we were a social avatar company. I recorded everything my avatar did in real life, like I mimicked its movements. This was like it took us like $12, and like literally it was just like in a J, and like then we would like interlace the videos and overlay them and show how it, So it was so important for representing the business. So yeah, is there statistics you can share around a good video versus just traditional 2D marketing or graphics?
Yeah. There's no quite statistic on, hey, this company did a video and raised this much. This company did not do a video and they raised this much, right? What I will say, though, it comes down to the question of how do I be successful in a crowdfund? And that's what I will say. The more engaged that a founder, that a company can be in this process, the greater % chance that investors are going to invest, because the Republic investors, they are not meeting these founders one-on-one, right? We are obviously not going to give out the contact information of all these founders and companies. So the more information that Republic can build on the page, that the more engaged the founder could be posting on their social channels or speaking at events, right? The more likely it is that people are going to invest. So what I will say is the companies that were approved to raise on Republic, we built a page. There was just a photo there. The companies that never marketed the round, had $0 coming into the round, like that were not engaged at all. It doesn't have to be the founder, but someone from the team, right? The companies that brought no engagement, did not market the raise at all, a lot of those opportunities did end up being unsuccessful. On the contrary, the companies that included more collateral, that we built a page with, that had videos featuring the CEO or someone from the team, the companies that marketed this round to your personal network or your communication channel, social, etc., those were the companies that were much more successful case studies for us.
All right. We have a special guest here. I'm going to bring her up because I want to basically use her business as a specific case study of what you're talking about, of like how it's for film, it's for all types of different companies. It's not just for pure tech startups. So Christine, are you ready to pop on up here? All right. Let me bring her up. Okay, Christina, meet Sean. Sean, meet Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. I'm excited about this.
All right, so Sean, last week we brought Itamar from Recursive VC, and we had a bunch of founders from our community come and pitch him. And Itamar's takeaway is like, there's a very specific type of profile for a venture type of business and business model and all that stuff. Okay, so Christina agrees with me that her business is not pure venture oriented, but she's very credible. She ran a law firm, I believe it was, for 10 years. Like, she's an entrepreneur. So her business is something to invest in, but it's not maybe VC. And so I was thinking like, oh, we have this thing scheduled with Sean next week. She's probably a really good fit given her mission of the company and all this stuff of what, to raise on Republic. So I thought maybe like we could do this as almost like a live strategy session, and you could talk through how she could maybe think about fundraising. And then Christina has other stuff to do, so we'll get her out of here after we go through this.
All good.
All right, so let me share her slide. I just took a screenshot of her website, so I'm sure she'll
that's great.
Be happy. But yeah, so Christina, do you want to just explain? Awesome. So Humison, maybe start, where does that name come from? What's the significance of it in your head?
Cool. And we are revamping the website to make it.
No, it looks great. I like it.
Really? It's more B2B, but okay. So humus is the most nutritious part of the soil. So humus on, we're putting nutrients back on the soil. And the product is made from sapropel, which is a dead freshwater lake sediment. So it's highly nutritious. They mine it from underneath the lake bed,
Mhm.
and so it's full of all the nutrients. People even put them out on their skin, and so it has worked incredibly in agriculture.
Okay, so humus is the healthiest part of the soil, you said?
The most nutritious.
Most nutritious. Okay, so
That's the soil, that part that's filled with nutrients.
that's why everyone likes hummus. Okay,
Mhm.
got it. That makes sense. Okay, and so your company extracts that, you're saying?
So my company is the U.S. distributor. So we are
Okay.
the exclusive authorized distributor for the U.S. market. It's
Okay.
an international company.
And the mission of Humison is to reduce the chemical inputs and then therefore also grow outputs of farming.
Right. So what I say, we're not just selling fertilizer, we're
Mhm.
selling the future of regenerative agriculture.
Yeah. That's exciting. We've seen, I think it's an exciting industry on crowdfunding. Sustainability,
Right.
especially in Republic,
Yeah.
has done very well. What's cool about it's cool for the everyday investor to be able to invest in something that will directly make an impact in kind of our world. So on Republic, we've seen a ton of successful case studies within that sustainability, green tech, energy solutions type of world, which is cool because a lot of those companies are traditionally just high net worth investors, accredited institutionals, right? So it's amazing because a lot of people care about a green earth, right, and a healthier world. So that's why we've seen sustainability do well. So
I was
that's
gonna say, I'm putting that on my plants.
there we go. That's
Liquid
awesome.
here.
Wait,
Right?
is that your product? Is that Humison?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, awesome. Okay, cool.
All right. So what do you do with that? So you just mix it in the dirt and then stir it, or
You dilute it with water. So you dilute it and you run it through your, for farmers, they run it through irrigation systems. For
Okay,
people
great.
with plants at home, they just water.
Okay.
Kind
So
of like
like
Miracle-Gro,
I'm
but 10 times more potent.
like I guess the way I think about like Republic or crowdfunding is it's kind of like an infomercial for your business.
Yeah.
I feel like what you have there is like, hey, like check this out, and like you mix it and like you show before and afters of plants. Like
Yeah.
this is the modern way I think people are fundraising outside of like really pure tech and even pure tech. But all right, anyways, Sean, can you maybe walk through? So like, what would she do? From today knowing nothing to actually getting something live on Republic.
Yeah. Yeah. So I could walk you through what the steps in that process would look like. Firstly, what would happen is someone, myself or someone from my team, would have an introduction call with you. In that introduction call, we would ask a lot of questions about your company. So, hey, is the product in market? Tell me about how it works. What is some traction? What are you looking to raise, et cetera? And then, of course, I would tell you a lot more about our platform and really the ways to be successful. After, I would walk you through how companies are typically successful, what you should expect, right? If you think it's a good fit and something that you'd like to do, we would send you what's called a campaign agreement. It's like a contract. After that, we would do a quick 1 to 2 day due diligence review where we would actually ask for your data room, make sure that the business has, for example, a healthy enough runway, make sure the financials are clean, things balance, et cetera, because it's the goal of Republic to put you down the path when you're going to be successful and when it's going to be a benefit to the business, not the contrary. So if a company has 2 weeks of runway, right, we're going to recommend them to not move forward because the process takes a few months. Once that due diligence review is complete, then you have this onboarding process. That's where you actually would have a dedicated Republic campaign manager. Their full 24/7 job is to get you live on the platform. They've onboarded obviously thousands of companies. They have a lot of experience. They'll have weekly calls with you, and we would essentially take your pitch deck, if you have a video, any other resources that you have, and our design team would build a Republic offering page, which would list on the Republic site.
So Sean, let me cut you off real quick. So Christina, is crowdfunding something you're interested in? Like, I guess I'm curious if it's something you actually want to do. If not, great. We don't need to dive into it. But I genuinely think startups like yours make a lot of sense. So I'm trying to understand what questions you have. Is this something you're really interested in?
Yes, I didn't think of it, even though I was so familiar with it back in the filmmaking days. I was on that, got
Yeah.
experience with crowdfunding back then. Um,
What is that story?
oh, it just raising money for short films and some
That's
successful
awesome.
ones. We made
Yeah,
them.
we've been doing a lot of films on Republic.
Yeah. So I didn't think about it for my business, but Dawn, thank you. Really, my eyes are open, and I went on Republic and I started like, oh, okay, this is something I can do because I am also, I'm targeting the farmers, right? I'm going to B2B, but I'm
Yeah.
also having consumers, people in their backyards, come try it, like it's a great way to build momentum.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool. Like, you have people exactly like you have people like farmers, right? A lot of these people are not probably your typical investors, right?
Right.
Their only interaction with your guys' business is buying your products, and
Mhm.
by doing a community financing raise like a crowdfund on Republic, not only again are these farmers some of your first customers, but they're also going to be your brand ambassadors, your equity holders as well. So that's when it makes a lot of sense. That's the value prop of it. And then in terms of does it make the most sense for the business? One of the most important things to consider before moving down a public raise is the companies that have some type of existing audience, personal network, or community. When I mean community, this could be maybe people that you guys don't know personally, but that know your company and know your brand, right?
Really, really technical question here, Sean, on that point. So, Christina, you have a parent company in Europe. So,
Yes.
do they have like a list of customers? And then, Sean, can she have non-US based customers invest into the crowdfund, or how does that work?
Yeah. So regulation CF, that's the US fundraising exemption that allows US based companies to raise up to 5 million from accredited and non-accredited investors. However, we absolutely can work with a non-US entity as well. It's still a crowdfund. It's just structured as a regulation D 506C plus
Mhm.
regulation S offering, and that will allow you to raise from any U.S. accredited investor and any non-U.S. resident investor, but non-accredited U.S. investors would not be able to participate if it's a non-U.S. entity. That's all.
By the
Okay,
way,
but all the
Christina
investors
will
have
do
to
her
be.
own paperwork there that she was an attorney. All right, sorry to cut you off.
No, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. So but I'm not, I've done actually Reg D offerings back in the day for clients, but
Yeah.
I've not dealt with crowdfunding at all as an attorney. So I don't know. Is it all, do the investors have to be accredited?
If you're raising with a non-U.S. entity, then if the investors are from the United States, they have to be accredited. However, with Reg S as well involved with that offering, it's still one campaign with two exemptions. Any non-U.S. resident can invest, and they don't have to be non-accredited, and they don't have to be accredited. What's nice about that is like over 90% of the world does not meet U.S. accreditation standards, so you still get exposure to your entire Europe market as well, who can invest.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
Wow,
That's awesome.
it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's the
So that's
future.
why, like, with a lot of
The
our
future.
non-US raises, instead of just doing Reg D, where it's accredited investors only, that's why we add in Reg S, because it gives you a greater exposure. And yeah, we have a large percentage of our investor base that's globally as well. We acquired a company 2 years ago in London. We have a Republic Europe group. We do a lot of partnerships and work in the Middle East, Asia as well. So as it just relates to Republic too, we're a globally facing platform.
Awesome.
All right, Christina, one more question, and then we'll have you hop off, and Sean and I will talk some crypto stuff more in AI.
Yeah.
Or if you don't, no, Christina, do you have one? If not,
You asked if I have a.
if let's say he said, great, let's go live tomorrow on Republic. What's your question or hesitation?
I feel like it's very, like, as I started filling out the paperwork, I feel like it's very self-explanatory. So how do you guys, you take the percentage of the raise? Is it a
Yeah.
How does this work?
So there's basically like an admin setup fee, and that typically is around 7,500, and it really just includes everything I've talked about. So the campaign page creation, your onboarding support team, we KYC, AML, do the accreditation, all the investors. We set up the escrow account. So like, rather than charging you
Is that per year? Is that one time upfront?
No. This is just that's just for your raise, the one time.
Mhm.
And then everything else is just a commission. So we do not take any commission on the first 100K that companies raise.
Mhm.
Because we understand you have upfront costs. We understand a lot of the initial investment is coming from your network and community. We then take typically 6% cash commission on investment over 100K raise. And then we have a 2% securities commission of the amount you raise in Republic. So if you raise 100K, you would just issue a total of 102K in securities. Now, just to note, because I know this is a very global public audience here, that's our standard fee structure for Reg CF. However, depending on the complexity of the deal, tokenization, depending on the different exemptions that we use, our fee structure will vary. But that's the most standard one to share in the call. It can be more expensive just depending on the actual raise that you do. Like a non-US entity will raise through a broker dealer, which can be more expensive. So the costs vary, but that's one of our standard ones.
Awesome. Yay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I hope to speak with you offline and do a race with you guys.
That's a great resource. Thank you. Thank you,
course.
Don.
Thanks for joining us, Christina. All right. Hope to see you Friday. Goodbye. Feel free to hop off. Expand. Cool. Yeah, I think like even here, let me share my screen. Here's another one that's kind of similar to her business. Like these types of organic companies, I feel like are just some of the best for crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Because they have a strong online following.
There's such a big audience around it too. Like, yeah,
Right.
we are the new farmers, right? Like everyone wants to live longer, healthier lives, right? So you have such a big fan base around that. And again, as a community financing platform, any company that has some type of emotional attachment or fan base behind it pretty much translates and resonates really well over to this type of community race.
Yeah. How crazy has it been with AI companies coming on and doing crowdfunding versus like pre-AI companies? Do you see just an insane amount of demand, or how does that?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, almost every single company that applies on Republic has AI incorporated in its business, which I think is important.
You have to.
Yeah. When you look at a lot of these early stage companies, right, it's hiring is really difficult, right? It's not like companies are sitting on a bunch of cash at that pre-seed level. So I've seen a lot of founders and companies utilizing AI in their business to help them with a lot of the tasks that were otherwise, used by operations people, et cetera. So I've seen a lot of founders utilizing AI for sourcing their own customers. As it relates to AI businesses, just purely AI businesses, yes, we've seen. I would say around 6 months ago, almost every company that applying was just AI. We've seen that whittle down a bit though recently. So yeah, we've seen a large inbound demand in the past year of AI businesses. It's starting to slow down a little bit. And in terms of we've had a lot of successful case studies. Personal AI, they raised nearly $1.7 million in Republic, their AI business. We've done a raise with a company called AI Box. We just did the Mirror token with OpenAI. So
this one here, AI Box.
Yeah. This was earlier last year. They did a smaller raise, the 392K. But I think at a point it was too much AI because every opportunity was AI. So investors were less interested in the more high quality ones, weeding the other ones out. But it slowed down a little bit. But still, I mean, fintech AI is one of our most successful verticals in the past year.
It depends the type of AI business you're building, obviously, but some of it is like if you built it correctly, it just kind of grows. It should grow itself,
exactly.
And so it's a tough thing for
a lot of these AI businesses. I'll ask about, how many employees are you, and you'd be shocked. These Series A, Series B companies. AI is doing a lot of the manual management for those businesses, and it's big in the founders and even in my role. Yeah, I'm using AI a lot more now to help kind of source leads, right? Identify strong targets, kind of learn more about, hey, what are companies at this sector and stage typically raising at, right? What's the likelihood of success? So just from a personal level, I'm even using AI a lot more.
Can you, I've tried make.com. I just got Cursor last night and tried working with Claude and like teaching myself. Lovable. I've spent 100 hours in. Like I've tried so many tools. It just seems like we're at a point where you got to experiment and it barely works, but it's so clear that you got to keep trying. Have you cracked a code on any full pipeline or anything you feel like, wow, this thing is actually saved my time. And I'm not, obviously GPT saved me 100 hours. Like, I'm the biggest AI believer. I'm just curious specifically, have you like
Most of
built
what I've
anything?
done is GBT, to be honest.
Mhm.
And then a lot of what you're saying as well, where you're just trying a bunch of different things. There is one thing I'll use that's really helpful for not just finding like contact information, but helping you organize like different messaging. And I use Apollo.io, it's called, as
Yeah, a lot
well.
of people swear by that. They love
Yeah,
it.
and that's one that has been very helpful for me. Again, I've tried a lot like yourself, played around with it. The one that's been stagnant is ChatGPT and Apollo.io. Apollo obviously helps you. It helps you find information of people of these top companies, but even more so, it gives you a complete rundown of the company profile itself, the last round that they raised at, the last valuation, even like their revenue traction. So again, I'm getting
Great
inbound.
for prospecting. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm getting inbound from hundreds of companies. It also will help me with emails too. But I'm getting inbound from hundreds of companies every week, right? I obviously don't have 24 hours a day to do calls. I have to sleep, right? I have to work out, etc. Apollo AI really is that additional kind of, it's like a diligence team member of my team, helping to analyze what's this opportunity, helping the calls go quicker, see which companies look stronger versus others. So that's one of them. But again, I've tried a lot. Those are the two that have been stickiness though with me.
There's another one someone was telling me about. It's similar to Apollo AI.
Oh, I've seen this before. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, yeah,
I think
there's so much.
what I
to
like
test.
about Apollo, it provides more value than just getting someone's email, right? It
Right.
gives you that rundown of the company from as much public information it has. You know, it helps you do outreach. And I think that's,
But
I guess this one
sure.
does
But
too.
the point, I guess the point I want to make is like, everyone listening, 100 people listening are founders. It's like when you see this type of marketing and it has AI led anywhere in there, it's your responsibility to like try it. There's just so much that you have to go try right now.
And I
that
think
isn't worth it. And maybe this
and I,
is worth it. I have no
And I
idea.
think for the founders on this call, yeah, as you go about a lot of your introduction calls with investors, with VCs, with Republican crowdfunding platforms,
Mhm.
as I mentioned, almost every company has AI incorporated within its business model. I think a lot of investors want to see that. I think one of the biggest recommendations that I have in these calls is here's how we use AI. Here are the results, and here's how we differentiate ourselves from other people in similar industries also using it. So being able to actually have a narrative around it versus just putting, because every company has a slide, say, hey, this is AI, whatever, but like actually seeing the results, seeing the differentiators that it's providing, those are the calls that I've really enjoyed. Because again, I've had a lot of AI calls and it's cool to see the difference some are making.
I saw I think it was Andreessen, who's now or maybe YC, but they're describing as full stack AI.
I think it was YC, wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
think it was YC. But independent, I think everyone's kind of found a word like pure AI, AI native,
Exactly.
because we were talking about in our community, there's like 3 different divisions of it. There's the full stack AI, which is just, okay, you're an AI company. It's at the heart of your product. You are AI, like Anthropic. And then there's the AI native or AI first. And that's like, we've made it significant enough within our company that we have to have it, but it might not be our pure product. And then there's like onboarding. But there's only 3 types. There's no one else. You're either learning it or you've implemented it or you're building it. There's nothing else in business right now.
I
One of those
agree.
3.
I
So it's
completely
crazy.
agree.
It's so
completely
hard.
agree. Yeah, I mean, you kind of nailed it. I like completely agree. And on every call I have, I probably have 8 to 10 founder calls a day. I probably have a call with at least one of those subsets, whether it's the full stack AI, it's integrated, they're kind of learning more about it. It's funny. I see a lot more of the fresh companies, the ones that are kind of pre-product, pre-revenue.
Mhm.
Those are actually the ones that I've seen that are really kind of leaning on AI actually, versus some of the more established companies, right? So it's an interesting anecdote.
Interesting. Wait, so explain that trend. Maybe you can give us a story or an example.
I think it's more, I don't have an exact use case, but I think a lot of these companies that are 1 to 2 people at that pre-seed stage level, right? They're really leaning on AI to help grow the business, both from a lead generation standpoint, deck formulation standpoint, information standpoint. And I think that's been really helpful versus having some of these early stage companies having to hire 5 people, right? So I've seen a lot of the earlier stage companies incorporating AI within their day-to-day business. I wouldn't say like full stack AI, right? But incorporating AI into their actual business and helping them grow.
You have to. So that was someone called me this last week and they just closed their round. Very credible founder. And the question was, do we hire or do we hire AI? And so kind of everyone's in the, it's a great question. The top founders in the world are all asking this. And so you basically have to take 3 to 6 months to experiment with the tools before you hire. Because if you go hire somebody, all of a sudden there goes, a lot of runway. And even worse, if you hire a contractor who's an AI specialist, which I mean, how many people on Twitter are AI specialists? Now you just burned $20K a month on someone that doesn't know the tools because nobody knows the tools.
I totally agree. And it's an amazing question. Yeah. The one thing I always think about, like if you're a company that's community facing, right? Whether it's consumer product goods, whether it's a B2C company, et cetera, you name it. I think it's always important to have a sense of an in-person community as well and people actually working at your company, because if I want to invest or if I want to use a company from a consumer product good company, like I want to talk to a human being, right? I don't want to talk or just do AI. So I think it's different. Right? If a company is really built by any in-person experience or products, it's important to also really have that person feel within the company, whether it's on your sales team, operations team, marketing team, et cetera. But that experimental phase is perfect, right? If it's not working after 3 months, then it's probably not going to work in the long term.
Right. And then it's time to hire and then you're behind. And it's a tough thing. Sean, by the way, you're a part of history right now. Speaking of humans versus AI, this is a very human moment. Last week we had 10 people watch the live stream. That was our first one. We just surpassed 110.
Okay, cool.
Triple digits. I'd like to thank all of our viewers. Thank you for watching, and I hope everyone considers Republic.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would love to. What's really exciting about Republic is that of the thousands of companies that have raised with us, they have truly not just been in 1, 2, or 3 industries. Mm-hmm. We can work with the companies from pre-seed to really any stage. We can work with companies in so many different industries, verticals, and sectors. And Republic is not it's not meant to replace your entire round. I see it as an exceptional complement to your overall fundraising rounds to instead, to allow people that have been loyal from day one, and also to get engaged with our community. I think what's so special about this is there's so many companies that are going through this fundraising journey that have people close to them that would love to invest $100 or $1,000, but obviously you don't want to manage that person at the cap table. It's well below your minimum check size. Republic really becomes that consolidated tool to reward your community and get engagement in a larger investor base with truly every different industry. We're seeing new industries every single year raised on Republic.
That was, I think, Jeff Bezos, I believe, his first 250K was all his family members of Amazon, like changed the whole family's life.
They're doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, exactly. So
hopefully they're at his wedding.
But they were accredited, to your point, and most families are not. And so Republic allows for a different dynamic of wealth creation. I think that's what's happening right now with crypto. It seems like is that this is like the millennial version of whatever our parents had.
Totally. And yeah, as I mentioned before, that 1% of, less than 1% of the outside world meeting accreditation standards, right? Like at its core business and globally, most people are non-accredited, and therefore most people are not able to improve their wealth or participate in a set of amazing opportunities that
lose their wealth,
or lose their wealth.
Right. Exactly. Got to be honest. Who knows?
We think that, with the retail investor base is such a massive market that can help private companies. But it's such a massive market overall in this fundraising world, and we want to get everyone involved, whether they win or lose.
All right, so we're winding down here.
Yeah.
What is? I'll ask you 2 questions. One, what is the thing that you're most excited about on the Republic platform upcoming that's not currently on the platform today? And maybe you can't talk about it, but whatever you can talk about, we'd love to know.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about it from a high level without naming any specific opportunities. I think Republic is starting to really Republic is starting to offer more revolutionary products that were not offered before. You're seeing it now with Mir tokens and a lot of those offerings. You're seeing it with some, sports teams or film financing opportunities. You're now seeing it with funds. We have a publicly registered private infrastructure fund called Hamilton Lane, now raising on Republic. Their traditional fund minimum check size is massive. I don't know the exact number, but this is this is an asset that is a predominantly institutional asset, right? That only the ultra high net worth can participate in. Republic is now opening up this opportunity to the retail investor base for as low as $500. So what we're continuing to see going forward is every week I'm having more conversations with these unique assets that were otherwise not known. So that's the one thing in terms of just looking at Republic as a whole. But secondly,
how much are they trying to raise here?
I can't share that because I don't have an exact number on that, but they're trying to raise a lot of money, basically.
And do other institutions invest into them, or do you think the 3 million people will fill that full allocation?
It'll be a combination of multiple different sources. But that's one thing just from a Republic business standpoint. I think that we're continuing to bring on more unique assets to our platform. And then from a founder standpoint, Republic, we're going on year 10 now. We're really understanding, hey, this is how companies are successful, right? And I think that Republic is continuing to improve our marketing. When Don raised us a few years ago, we really only marketed companies using like an email list. We're now becoming way more creative with the ways that we market deals, whether that's webinars, emails, newsletters, social posts, etc. So I think for the company standpoint, Republic is continuing to provide additional services and means to make your campaign really successful. And the last thing I'll say is that we continue to become more curated. When you're raising on Republic, continue to become more global. So when you're raising on Republic, you're not just getting exposure to a U.S. market, you're getting exposure to investors from 120 plus countries around the world. And I think that's so critical with startups looking to grow, is to get engagement in front of as many eyeballs as possible. So that's what I would say I'm excited about.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I feel like if you project forward where this goes, for Republic, can it become the next Robinhood?
Who knows?
Very likely, right? It's you've kind of had that trend for a decade.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. Hopefully bigger than Robinhood, right?
Right. Or at least Robinhood becomes, threatened enough and has to add this to buy you.
Yeah, but Robinhood, Republic, they're very similar because they target the same. And like, we're targeting retail investors. So is Robinhood, right? Both of these companies, I wouldn't even say like we're competing with Robinhood. We have the same mindset as them, right? There's such a large retail investor base out there. We want them to be able to become involved with your guys' success story. And for companies struggling to raise VC money, right? Republic, we give you visibility to a much larger investor base that you were otherwise didn't even know existed before.
As long as you bring a certain qualified number of investors to the table as well, right?
Yeah, we really see the more momentum that companies can drive to the round. What I mean by momentum is really marketing and investment. The more dollars that a company can drive to the round, the more we can market the offering, the more confidence, because there's a strong chance that a lot of our investors are seeing the company for the first time. As I mentioned, they're not getting on one-on-one calls with the founders. So the more investment in that campaign, it kind of creates that FOMO feeling, and it gives our investors more confidence, which therefore then leads to their not just investing $100, but hopefully $1,000, $5,000, et cetera.
Is there anything you want to tell the people that we're at 103. I'm mind blown. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I appreciate everyone coming.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. This is cool.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to do this, Sean, is because I love Republic. I think crowdfunding has the wrong stigma from the
Yeah.
VC market, and
Yeah.
some of it's starting to shift, but I still
Yeah.
see people saying, it sends a bad signal to VCs, which I get in 2010 how people thought that, but it genuinely was one of the best things that I did for my business. And so I'm glad that we got this many people, because I want you to like explain the world has changed. Okay.
Yeah.
It's completely different. And crowdfunding is like the way that globally, to what you were just saying, is what's going to happen. And you're going to be investing in companies all over the world. And this is becoming a global market where anyone can raise accredited or non-accredited. And it's happening. It's been happening.
Yeah, 100%. You nailed it to the T. An amazing pitch. But yeah, I think what's exciting about Republic is that, again, it does not need to replace your entire fundraising round. It can be an exceptional complement to the round. And the goal is to always raise funds. Republic will, the goal for Republic is to hopefully accomplish that. But at the same time, the true lifeblood in businesses is to acquire more customers, generate more revenue, and to really like generate a more loyal ambassadorship around that business, right? Because ultimately, the way that companies will grow is by its customers, acquiring more customers and getting engagement to a larger investor base. So, and I think Republic really helps companies grow in parallel. We'll help you raise funds, which is important for the business, but we're also going to expose you to just a larger global population that is likely to engage with the company, whether it's B2B, whether it's B2C. And the last thing is Republic. We have a ton of support and infrastructure to make this exciting and possible. You'll have a Republic onboarding team. We have great connections for you. We have a great marketing team, et cetera.
This is non-sponsored, by the way. I just love Republic.
Yeah. And also, I think one thing I haven't mentioned is that we're the only line item on companies' cap tables too. So
that was the other great part about it.
Yeah.
Explain that.
You have 1,600 people invest. It just looks like Republic just wrote a check.
Just one. Yeah, right. Just one.
And companies, there's no voting and no information rights involved with this. So you're not having to get the approval of 1,600 people. You're not giving away board seats, which is very founder friendly as well.
So make a great video, because you're not doing one-on-one calls. So make the page really well.
I think, the core is, sorry to interrupt. I think when companies ask me how are they successful, it's be as engaged as you can. The more you can market, the more touch points with your audience will lead to a higher percentage of conversion with investment. Any collateral you have, send it to us, whether it's a video, whether it's customer testimonials, the pitch deck, et cetera. We'll build a great page, right? The companies that have some type of audience, network, or community that you can reward and market this to, we see that work very well. And really just be responsive to our team, right? We're gonna help you. We want to see you be successful. And it's tough to be successful when we get ignored by founders. So we want to collaborate with you guys. We want to be successful. And those are some of the recipes of success.
You're saying once they've started that process.
Once they've started the process, yeah. I mean, we can move as quick and be as helpful as possible.
It is a lot. I remember, because the only expense we didn't talk about that I recall was like all the accounting stuff you had to pay for outside of Republic early on in the campaign, like before you had to go live. And it's just a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of chasing stuff down. Like it was not easy to go live. And then obviously there's the risk you go live and it doesn't work. But if you do everything right, you take the right steps, you work with your team, you build a nice page, you're going to raise more than what you are hoping for. Just like keep expectations low.
Agreed. And we'll have weekly calls to help you guys out. And the financial review in the Form C, it stinks that companies have to do that, but it's not a Republic rule. It's a FINRA SEC rule to be able to raise capital from large pool investors. We have great third-party CPAs and counsel attorneys that we can gladly introduce companies to. They can do it really quickly and at a good price, right? When you're live in Republic, you're getting a lot of marketing support, a lot of support from our end. And an exciting tool companies can use as well is we have reservation campaigns where we'll build a page. It'll look like a fully live offering page, and it'll actually allow investors to reserve their investment while you're onboarding. So this is a great way to also generate excitement prior to that full launch. So yeah, we have a lot of exciting tools to help you be successful.
I saw the OpenAI logo on this Liquid page.
Yeah.
So is that that's you reserve your allocation in that?
So this, yeah, they're not full. All anything that says like reservation only or whatever, they are not fully live yet. Accepting reservations means that you can go reserve your investment, and then when that company launches, Republic would send an email to everyone who placed a reservation, and then say, "Hey, Ramp just went live. You can now confirm your investment here." So correct, yeah.
So Anthropic as well. You brought through here.
All of these mirror tokens are currently reservation campaigns. None of them are fully live yet. And so they're seeing, hey, they're testing the investor appetite, and they're allowing investors to get in early while they're completing the necessary onboarding.
So this is the waiting list for a SaaS startup. You're showing demand, but it's not. You don't actually directly own the tokens unless it converts.
The investments are your non-investments till that investment's live, which none of those are yet.
I hope that works in our favor. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
All right, we got 1 minute. Yeah, thank you, Sean. We got a minute left. I appreciate it. You want to give a goodbye, one bit of advice to everybody while we hop off on why they should crowdfund or what they can do to get in hold of you?
Yeah, of course. First of all, if anyone wants to get a hold of me, my email is sean.haggerty@republic.com. Feel free to email me. I'm more than happy to set up an introduction call. I think whether it's a fit or not now, whether it's a fit now or later, I think it's really important to have as many conversations as you can and really learn about the strategy of the raise. Why do a raise on Republic? I think it's a way for you to acquire new customers. It's a way for you to get in front of more eyeballs, not just in the US, around the world. But really, it's a way for you to have this fundraising partner in Republic, not just for your current raise, but going forward. The goal is to do multiple raises with you guys, for you guys to be a part of our portfolio and to create a lot of new brand ambassadors for you while also raising a ton of money. And we have an amazing infrastructure we've built over the past 10 years to do this in the easiest way we can to help you guys be successful and help grow your business. So, yeah.
How big is the Republic team now?
We're just over 200 people. New York, London, around the world, remote, etc.
Oh, 200. I thought you were going to say 50. Oh my. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right. Thank you for hopping on.
You guys.
Appreciate it. Adios.
Bye.
Yep. Goodbye, Sean. I'll click you off here. All right, cool. All right. Oh, you can see my little mirror there. Hello. What did everybody think? Oh, this is not nearly as good as our other weeklies. How can I do this? I'm going to send a link to. Okay. I'm going to send this live stream link to everyone that's watching on X and see if anyone wants to come up here and join me. I'm curious to get some feedback on how that was. This is our second ever episode. We crossed 100 people watching concurrently. That's insane. Let me just figure out how to invite people. Let's see. Breaking news. Crossed 100. All right. How do I invite? Oh, here we go. Okay. I'm going to put the link. I think it only fits 9 more people because it's 10 people in the room. I'm going to put the link in the chat of the X live stream. I think this is correct. Maybe yeah. All right. So go find my X, Donversations with a Z. Let's see if I could put this in my LinkedIn too. All right. I also put the link on LinkedIn. If anyone wants to join me, feel free. We have some epic stuff upcoming with our school. For those that are interested, I'll wait here while the rest of you join. All right, so this is our group. I still don't have a name for it, but if you're watching this and you're not in this group, you absolutely need to go become a 326 member. Michelle's our most recent person to join. Thank you, Michelle. We appreciate that. 30 years growing Fortune 500s and startups. Love that. Very cool. Stop barking. My dog's barking. All right. So, anyways, if you want to join, I think you can go to my LinkedIn or X account, and it's in my bio. I don't even know anymore. I've got so much stuff happening, but we do this on Friday. If you're one of the members, RSVP for our conversation on Friday. That's going to be another great one. And then in 2 weeks, also make sure you apply for this thing right here. One sec. Jamie, I saw you just joined. Let me bring you up. One sec. Share this tab. Okay.
Hey,
Hey, Jamie, how are you?
you put up the link. I joined.
Wait, did you watch that? Isn't that cool? What did you think of the show?
It was great. I followed Republic since I saw them at Live from Tomorrow in like 2017 or 18, something like that.
You saw them where? What's it called?
There's a New York City get together thing called Live from Tomorrow, and it's kind of like a song and dance review of futurist topics.
Wait. It's a song and dance review of futurist topics. Like
Yeah,
people,
so like in
people
2018,
sing
like
about
whole, like
AI.
there was in 2018 there was a whole blockchain. Let me tell you about blockchain. Like it was crazy. It was amazing, and it's back. They just started doing it again.
And who was there from Republic? The founder or like just the team?
This is 6, 7, 8 years. This is pre-COVID. You can't ask me to know my brain.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything back before then. But
awesome.
it was a couple people. It was probably the founders. It was so early back then.
Did you join from the LinkedIn chat link or the X chat?
There's no. I went to the LinkedIn to find it, and the last post is just joining X an hour ago. But it was just in the chat. You put it in the chat, so I put it.
Which chat does it appear to? In X?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm still learning how this stuff works. Wow, that sounds like a fun event. I was actually, we'll talk about it offline, but I was considering starting to do a weekly recap of VR.
Nice. Hey, yeah, I can do all of it.
Yeah.
Unethically, but it can do it.
Could you, maybe you could do the background music. I could be rapping. All right, wait. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So this is next week. Did you apply for this?
I'm not in the VR headset space.
No. Oh yeah, this is specific. All right, wait. So just for anyone watching, if you know Lightspeed Ventures, they're one of the top funds. Their venture partner, Mercedes-Benz, who I've known for probably like 9 years now or something, is coming to hear us bring founders to pitch her. So this is a really good opportunity to get your startup in front of her. She's specifically looking for smart glasses startups. If you're on the edge of being a smart glasses startup versus not, I would still suggest you apply, which you can do so down here in this fancy little thing that I made. Check that out. Really nice. Thanks to lovable.dev. Shout out, the best vibe coding website in the world. Anyways, if you want a picture, you should apply. If you're doing smart glasses or if you're approximately smart glasses, still apply. I'm just going to bring the best founders and hope that we impress her. Mercedes, if you're watching this, hello. And we are very excited and thankful for you joining us in 2 weeks.
Thank you, Mercedes. Yeah. I'll be a good edge case for you to help define to the audience if I'm good or not. So
okay, perfect.
I'm specifically in blockchain, I'm specifically in media. But even with music, we do XR digital twins of venues and spaces. So more likely than not, these things are designated for phone viewing. But of course, we want people to be using whatever is available as these things come online. As we do transmedia, it's not our main product, it's not our main focus, but it's certainly a part of our tech stack.
Have you developed anything for smart glasses from a tech perspective or have a demo or anything?
For spatial, yes. For the glasses specifically, no. Like no apps that are native, but we've done a lot of stitching of rooms and creating live video. We have a great partner for that, Brand 3D, and that's Brand 3D made that stuff, but they're integrated into our tech stack.
So I'm not even 100% sure what she's asking for. I mean, I guess Meta smart glasses meaning AI. By the way, we're still doing your case study of are you qualified? All right, so like there's Meta AI glasses, right, which is non-holograms. It's more just a heads-up display with voice. I don't even know if there's a heads-up display. And then obviously in the future, this becomes like a heads-up display with messages and then some depth to it and some sort of
yeah, and 100%. Never mind, I'm way in it because what we want to do is shared presence. We want people at events to be recording for other people live and share the presence as part of a ticket holding kind of thing. I can pay for in-person ticket and people buy virtual tickets from me. So yes. Oh, I'm going to apply.
Yeah, you should apply.
I'm gonna. As soon as I'm off this, I'm gonna do it.
All right, go to this website, vcnetworking.com/apply. Apply. I will check it right after this call.
Awesome. I'm up.
I'll hop you off here, Jamie. Good to see you. Are you coming Friday to our call?
Everything I can make, I come 100%. I am here as much as I can. Whenever I'm not, I'm building.
You like that I moved it. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye. See ya. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So Mercedes asked for Meta AI glasses startups to come pitch her. Now that I think about it, I'm not totally sure what that means. Like, what's the ideal? I mean, obviously I'm very familiar with heads up displays and all this stuff, but I'm trying to think what's her ideal startup. I'm going to try to flip this upside down. Okay. So, I mean, if I'm building AI right now in 2025 and I'm integrating that with glasses, it has to have voice as the key thing. And it has to have some sort of spatial awareness from the camera. So I don't even know. Does Meta glasses have that at their tech stack? Is there like a, let's see if we have developer docs. Oh no, what are we doing? Let's just talk to ChatGPT. Oh, you want to see something even crazier? I think I can interview ChatGPT's voice and bring them up on this. Yes, I can. Watch this.
Hey there. How can I help you today?
GPT, Meta Ray-Ban glasses. What is the dev stack looking like for that right now? Like, is there I don't know too much about the software side of those glasses. Can you explain that to me and break it down like we're sixth graders so everyone in the audience understands and me?
Sure. The Meta Ray-Ban glasses, also known as Ray-Ban Stories, are smart glasses that combine regular eyewear with technology to let you capture photos, record videos, listen to music, and even take phone calls. On the software side, operating system. They use a custom operating system designed specifically for the glasses. It's lightweight and optimized for their hardware. Camera and audio software. They have software that manages the camera and microphones, letting you capture media and audio smoothly. Connectivity. They connect to your smartphone via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so there's software to handle these connections. Apps and integrations. They work with an app called Facebook View, which helps you manage your content and settings. This app also handles software updates. So in simple terms, it's
okay.
Like
so question. So let's say I want to build an app that when I go to an event, it looks out from the glasses and it identifies people and then tells me who they are based on my LinkedIn connections. So it's RAND facial recognition. Okay. So if I want to do that, then what do I have to build? And no, better question. What is the user interface like? Is that on your phone through the Meta View app, but it's correlated to the glasses? Or am I seeing something in the glasses? Again, I'm not fully aware of like the limitations of this hardware.
Great question. The Meta Ray-Ban glasses currently don't have built-in facial recognition or AR display capabilities. They mainly capture photos, videos, and play audio. However, if you wanted to build an app for something like that, first, user interface. For now, the UI would be primarily on your phone through the MetaView app. You'd see information and insights on your phone screen while wearing the glasses. Functionality. You'd need to leverage the phone's camera and processing power for facial recognition, which could then link to LinkedIn data. Second, output. The glasses themselves don't have a display, so any identification or information would be shown on your phone. To build this, you'd need a mobile app with access to the camera.
Okay, so just to be clear, Meta AI glasses is just ChatGPT in glasses as of right now. From a software intelligence perspective, it doesn't actually access the camera, and you can't run smart computer vision stuff against that camera input, can you?
That's correct. The Meta Ray-Ban glasses, Ray-Ban Stories, don't have built-in computer vision capabilities and can't run smart vision tasks on their own. They mainly capture photos and videos, and their AI features are...
Okay, so essentially what Mercedes is asking for is audio first AI, I think. Does anyone, we have a lot of people watching. Does anyone want to come up here and talk about what they're building in AI? If you go to my X, it's on the link is on there if you want to come chat. I want to learn about voice first AI products, and maybe you can come pitch Lightspeed in a little bit. All right. If not, I'm going to hop off. All right. If you're building anything correlated to these glasses whatsoever, and you want to come pitch Lightspeed Ventures, let me know. You can DM me, or you can do whatever you want to do to get a hold of me. Lightspeed Ventures is, bar none, one of the top venture funds in the world. General Catalyst, Andreessen Horowitz, Sequoia, Benchmark, Lightspeed. Those are, that's the crew that this company works with. Mercedes is a venture partner there. I believe she joined. That's a cool logo. I believe she joined in 2019 initially. I don't know. We'll get her full story. But you can come pitch her your idea if you're building something that's correlated to this AI glasses. So please make sure that you go to vcnetworking.com/apply and do it now, because this event happens in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Okay. Here, go to this website, vcnetworking.com, apply. And then you just fill out this little thing here. Test.com. I need to know how much you've raised. What's your revenue? How recently is your revenue trending up? Give me your revenue last month. Things like that are important to me. We'll, need all that information to make decisions. And then I will make decisions within the next, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Say next Friday. So 10 days, I'll review all the applications. And then if I think you're qualified, I'll invite you to come to a practice round. And then that's when we get all of the 5 to 10 founders that are going to pitch. Think of this like a Shark Tank style in the most simplistic way to describe it. And so you'll pitch her, and then she'll give you some feedback, and maybe she'll want to meet with you and fund the company that you're building. Who knows? So that's the goal, is to create introductions to a bunch of great founders. What else can we do right now? If you're not in this community, it is very important that you join, please. You can see right here, we keep all our events right now. This event's live. We have a calendar of events that you can click through and go to. So if you're not in there, it's school.com/VC networking. You should definitely get in there. It's a sick thing. Check this out. Here's a fundraising course that I built. This is quite awesome. Oh, someone's joining. Who's joining? Oh, Jamie's back. What's up? Hey, Jamie.
Hey, well, I can certainly go into how we would do use cases, and I'm tried to leave enough space for somebody else to come back in.
Let's do that on Friday, but I appreciate you hopping back on.
Of course. Just trying to make it interactive.
Do you want to share your screen and show us something?
If you like.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Can you do that? Do you have permissions? I think so.
Is that working?
Bada boom, bada bing. Yep, cool.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, so what are you showing us?
So I'm going to show you your IP ID logging in. So no more MetaMask.
This is to your product, correct?
To my product, Mark DJ. This is
when does in the user journey?
Yes.
When does a new user that doesn't know what you're doing? Let's assume all the audience doesn't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let's pretend I don't. And a new user, at what point do they see this in that user journey?
So right now we have a lovable site as well, where people are getting information on what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they want to register their DJ name, right now it's just going to my DBA PayPal, and then I white glove people in. But then once August rolls around, we'll have an automated version of this. So we have a little new site coming. This is what I'm about to show you.
Wait. So how did you go back? How did you get from there to here?
New site coming August 1st.
Okay. So I don't have to sign in at this point.
You can't. Only people who have done it, like that I've met, and I've handpicked people in.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're still free revenue, all that stuff.
All right. Cool. And is this button new site? It says new site coming soon. Is that the CTA that you want them to click, or where in this funnel? What are you trying to get the people to click?
Well, right now, register your DJ name if you're feeling like you want to give us money right now. But otherwise, I am making this a more of a stuff's coming, and I give a specific date so they know to check back. And we do have a sign up so you can like just get on a newsletter.
All right, so it's register your DJ name, or it's see the new website. Would you say?
If you do this, you'll get, and that we say, hey, you'll get this album with it, and here's how you pay for it.
So if I want to buy don.dj.
Yep.
And is that the same as a .com as far as can I create like a Gmail email with .dj?
Technically you can. The weird thing is that it's you're minting an NFT of your name that sits on this name chain. And you're registering first with DJ, so don.dj, but don.art, don.worlds, don.social. It'll be the same name throughout. So there is definitely going to be a name grab spike that we see. That's why we're positioning IP ID so early, because DJ Snake, DJ Happa, they want to own their name and they want to make sure it's a secured lockbox for them and their family members to only access for IP moving forward.
All right. And can you go to the news site for us real quick?
Sure. So this is still a just where you would log in if you have, and if you sign up and you would actually know the access code, which I'm not giving you, that would be how you do it. But if you want to just sign in, so this is our master account, you'll get this the album. Everybody gets this ID card right now, which of course is an MVP looking thing, but that's your QR code that you can access or anybody can access.
Wait, so when you say I get the album, does that mean I can listen to it? Is this album also on Spotify? Do I own it? What am I getting?
You own it. It's on chain. It's on IPFS.
But what point did I sign in or connect my crypto wallet in this process so that I have it on chain? So how do I own it?
Your crypto wallet is your name. If you would like to transfer it to another wallet, you can do so. But we have created simple sign-on with a username wallets. Your name is your wallet. Everything after your name you own.
And so okay. How do I sell it? I guess. Do I go into my wallet somewhere on here?
If you want to, are we talking about if you want to sell this album? If you want to sell your own album?
You give me this album. I get the tokenized rights to this album.
You do.
You're saying I own those tokens.
We're saying that you would have a physical little player that is an album that has an NFC chip on it, which is access to this. This right here, what we will have is a SoundCloud type.
Wait. You send me a physical, Jamie. Wait. You send me a physical something
Yeah, we do collectibles
and a SoundCloud type thing. What does that mean?
Yeah. So we're transferring. SoundCloud is a centralized platform. We're making sure all media is owned by people, whether that means you own the master, or you own some first or second or third edition copy of it as a fan or an owner. We're making music ownable again. We're making people have a reason to buy music again. Right now, we have this sell up of buying your name, but really the reverse order is you'll get your name for free when you buy an album, and then we can upsell you capabilities around being a collector, being able to sell with affiliate fees. If you own one of the 250 first editions, you can sell 250 second editions.
What do you think about Crypto Week happening right now? And all
I think it's a good thing for Bitcoin, but that's about it.
What? You don't think for Ethereum? What?
I think Ethereum is stuck in a never-ending loop of utility happening on a layer 2. Like us, we're a layer 2 Ethereum chain.
Fine.
I don't know how to explain more than saying like all the utility and all the energy is going into layer 2s.
I'll explain it quite simply.
Okay.
Ethereum's GDP in the Q2 Ethereum report, that like the net income to Ethereum there is 1.3 billion. Yes, you are correct. That is pennies on the dollar compared to like the Optimisms and the Arboretums and all these other layer 2s that are built on top of Ethereum, which at first glance everyone thinks is negative. And of course you want to increase that a little bit, but the whole goal of Ethereum is to reduce the cost per transaction. That's what all these changes have been. So like, it's okay if Ethereum is making 1.3 in a quarter, that means they're making 2.65, so 5.5 billion in income a year at like this stage, and really users aren't even using that stuff besides for DeFi and things of that sort. So I just feel like I'm not worried about that. I think it's a fair, it's a fair thing to look about. And I was worried, but if the scale of this is going to be the scale of what people are expecting, then that, current quarter of 1 billion will be 10 billion in 10 years. And who cares what Optimism and all these other ones are making? I think, yeah.
My concern is that they don't have a monetization model that will keep up with that growth. The monetizations are all on the layer 2, and they need to be able to keep up with the growth of the layer 2s because they haven't solved building an economy on a layer 1. They are a virtual computer. That's their definition.
Right.
So they're a virtual computer. IPFS is a virtual hard drive. All these different things working together is wonderful, but where's their model that's actually bringing the money into them?
They did $1.3 billion in fees in Q1.
Yeah. But for the scale you're talking about, I don't know how that scales.
What do you mean?
As more people come onto the system, no matter what, layer 2s are always going to be faster and more
totally
dexterous and whatever. That's what they want them to build that. But
yes,
they need to charge a layer 2 tax, something that is actually, like what? How?
Jamie, you want Trump? You want tariffs on crypto?
Do not
let the people do free trade on crypto on Ethereum, and whatever ends up happening from there, take a little bit of it. But Ethereum did $1 billion of revenue last quarter. That's fine. We'll take that.
If you
we'll
say
take
so.
it. Yeah, we'll take that.
I'm happy. It's a lovely number. I'm happy for them as long as it keeps them in the black, because oh my God, if they go under, all the layer 2s go under.
Yes. Total huge bet. And I think from an investing standpoint is like, if the Ethereum is 2x from here, then the layer 2s are 4 or 5x from here. But also if Ethereum starts going down for any sort of real reason, then layer 2s are dead. And already the layer 2s are probably 5x lower than what they were at their peaks if you look at Arboretum and Optimism.
And I'm all for the more specialization of what layer 2s are doing. So it's not about, like, fintech is great. It's one area. What we're building is completely different. Other people doing other layer 2s. But the point would be, those are where the economies are happening. The only reason I mentioned a tax is because there's no other monetization model. Yes, you have $1 billion, to keep the layer 1 handling all of that.
Hmm.
That's the concern. If it goes down at all, we're in an AWS situation. AWS goes down, all the other companies go down on top of it, that kind of thing. But if it's not supplied with a proper base of monetary supply of getting paid for the service it's offering, which is a host to layer 2s, I don't know how it squares in the end unless there's a tax.
Or unless it's so big it's unmanageable.
Uh,
And its minute fees are enough to pay for that,
100%. That would be
What's your tech stack? What are you built on from a blockchain perspective?
layer 2 Ethereum.
Right, but which or all of it?
Oh, actually, honestly, it's just a straight clone of a standard layer 2 that we then turned into a name chain. And I should say,
but is it Optimism? Is it one of those, or what did you use?
You're not going to like the answer to this, but I'm going to give a preface for why it is. The founder of the name chain is Frank Corsi, who was part of the original DNS naming service of the Web 1.0 era. Why we went into English typing on the top is because of him and people like him. So he went and did that with the chain. He's also never really left 1985. He works in Cold Fusion.
Cool.
So we are on Cold Fusion. We won't be on Cold Fusion when we're launched. What you just saw was Cold Fusion.
It's called Cold Fusion 2.
Cold Fusion is the tech,
is the layer 2
from a long time ago that works on top of it. It's an API structure.
Or is name chain the one you're built on? Which layer 2? Name chain?
Yes, it's called permanent names. It's from Web3 files. We're actually transferring over to this chain right now. It's caused us. No, I'm not that one. It's Web3 files, which looks like it's from web3files.net. It looks like it's from 1990.
Web3 files.
One of the reasons why we
this is what you built your company on top of is
yeah, it's an amazing tech stack that just doesn't market very well. So good for us. We've integrated very, very well. And this is why B2B, this isn't working. People aren't buying the DJ names or the art names or just a name.
This is hysterical.
What I'm getting at here,
Jamie, wait. And so wait, this person invented DNS or something like that.
This person was part of the original DNS naming service.
Okay,
part of saying use English.
So they're very technical, not marketing.
Exactly.
This is so funny. I love.
And you have to find people's specializations as benefits, not that they can't do it.
How awesome is this?
It's amazing that he is in a brain. He is the biggest. He's also a Second Life mogul. So we're also testing in Second Life because turns out
Avatar Second Life.
Yes, because it's the oldest system. It's been going for 20 years. The CTO just got back. He's fixing things. It has an economy with Linden Bucks. We are integrating it. He has a bank license so that we can integrate it with an ERC20 token, so we can trade in and out of it.
I think I remember seeing in the heyday of Second Life, Linden Bucks had a GDP of 600 million or something insane.
It was through the roof. And then, it's still an old metaverse. It still looks like it's from back then.
Right.
And it's created a very specific culture. Why we love it is because it's a great guinea pig. It's web built. It is a website. It's a spatial website.
Philip Rosedale was someone I studied massively back in the day.
And Frank's good friends with him, and he's back running it, and he just got there. So he's hosting talks like you're doing.
Philip Rosedale is the CEO of Second Life, for those that don't know, because he built a VR company called High Fidelity, and they raised 30 million and did that whole thing. So he's someone I watched. That's cool. All right. So, this is totally unrelated, but also related to website design, just based on your Web3 files network.
Yeah.
This is how dumb is this meme coin? But I thought this website was hysterical because this really did bring me back to the 1990s,
Oh, there's the S.
Yeah. And you buy it with this really shitty thing.
Where's the dancing baby?
Yeah, it's somewhere. There's this guy.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I think it's now that Lovable exists, I've been having the best time building websites in different styles like that. Mm-hmm. Last week I built one where it had a little lever up top, and if it was on the left, it was normal. And then when you click it to the right, the whole thing reskins and it's got neon lights and stuff. It's pretty easy to do that stuff now.
Have you been working with prompt engineering it with ChatGPT or any of the others, just to like help Lovable get better language than what you.
I see Lovable as a marketing tool, so it's been more than enough for what I need from that perspective. I think what I downloaded last night was Cursor and then Claude, and I'm just going to try to teach myself how to code. I've heard so many stories on podcasts of people learning how to code that didn't know it, within a year. And like I learned HTML like so long ago, and I always kicked myself for not continuing. And I feel like this is my opportunity to actually like kind of learn some technical stuff. So I'm going to lean in on Cursor, hopefully, because that's more for product. Lovable is marketing. Cursor's for product, it seems like. Would you agree with that?
I'd say that there's a lot of bleed in between. You can integrate Supabase and a lot of other stuff into Lovable. And if you actually pay for it, you can go pretty darn far. Cursor is code. And it's also advanced a lot in the last. The thing is, if you're building on AI, it will build the thing. But as soon as you start editing it, it's like all AI, it's wet clay. So it's if you build on AI alone, you're really setting yourself up for falling apart. But if you have a tech stack, a team, and they're using Cursor to just push it faster, it's way better for that. It's still foundationally hard to build with AI unless you're doing something like Lovable. But there's also VO. That's another one.
Yeah, I just made my first video. Is that what you're talking about?
No, not VO from Google. V0, which is it's like Cursor. They're probably their two closest competitors.
And what about, have you used something like this, Make.com or Nation or any of that stuff?
So we talked about this on our last talk on was it Friday? I had asked. So I have Nation and Make Up. There's still tabs staring at me, but I haven't really integrated them out. But that's a progress for me and my head of product. We're going Notion out, so we keep on like exploring out from Notion, then coming back, and as Slack too. So we're looking forward to it.
So I think like I haven't figured it out, but to your point, you can build a lot of stuff with Lovable and with all this stuff, but you still have to do it at the AI layer, from what I'm understanding. So like, for example, to your point, Supabase. So Supabase, it looks for my database. It says, okay, I'm watching events. We triggered the action. We found a new lead. Then it goes to my Gmail, sends that person an email from Gmail. And then what I want to have happen is add something where I integrate OpenAI and then OpenAI processes, the response that they send to me, and then OpenAI triggers another email, and so like basically it can go back and forth, and all that's possible today. And I have Don AI, and Don AI is working amazing. Like it's well trained. It does what I need. But I feel like that's the thing that, I mean, have you figured that out? I guess is like how integrated are you at the base layer of this AI stuff right now?
So my day job is brand therapy. And so when AI came in 2022, the first thing I did was make a GPT of the brand therapist, where people would talk to it, tell about its brand, and it would become the brand voice and talk back.
Before your time.
Well, Character AI jumped on that very quick, and there's like Google bought them and blah, blah, blah. So I'm very much, my space is more so in the fine tuning of voices and making sure that personalities are frankly on brand is the best way to say it. But if you're going into more of the, what we're venturing into is more sales people. Like let's get the store talking for itself. We have a wonderful example of walking through a jacuzzi store, and you just talk to it and you say, make the jacuzzi blue or whatever. And it says, okay, thanks. Here's blue. And that integration point is great, because it's really that spatial marriage with conversational UX. And I think conversational UX is just, early days, and we have a lot to do with it.
Oh, so to your conversational UX is the future. If you look at these companies like Runway and some of these other AI companies, they raised so much money, 200 million, before conversational UX was the thing, that they basically built Adobe editing suite for video editing but like have a little AI side box. And that's not where it's going. Like you're just hit on the head. Clearly it's going where you can just conversate with these things and things change around you. So it kind of seems like a trap where a lot of these companies that raise a lot of money really need to figure out, are we going to adopt this new interface, or how are we going to do it? You probably have to let some people go, hire some different people. It's going to be really interesting as we pivot interfaces globally.
I honestly see more and more of this being transmedia, where it's specialization going with the media. So you'll be talking with it when it's for a certain stage. If you have to fine tune something, you may go back to like a Photoshop level thing to get a visual. And that switching I'm seeing happening more and more in terms of specialization is just adding which reality are you in for that specific specialized interaction point. So the glass is great for, I want to talk with somebody and then I want to go back and say, hey, what were we talking about? Perfect.
Okay. I didn't fully understand what you were saying there. Can you break that down simply?
I have a big problem with overcomplicating things.
No problem.
Basically, we operate on a laptop, and everything we do, from typing and mouse and everything, the interface is right there.
Yes.
We are building out spatial in different ways, virtual and augmented. We are adding IoT to things. We are adding conversational interfaces anywhere. So as these mediums become much more interoperable, we'll start specializing. Oh, I'm doing this type of build or this type of interaction. Cool. That makes sense as a voice interaction. This still makes sense as a keyboard interaction. It makes sense as a mobile interaction. So we'll just be loosening up which medium we should be transferring.
So I think you're saying from a technical standpoint, one app is going to work across every device and data will be transmitted across every device, but you'll need to turn on the interface is inputs for each device, because you won't need voice maybe for whatever, or you might not need touch for glasses or whatever it's going to be. So you're saying that's now becoming a thing where you think about the cross section of where the interface is and then which device it is. And there's more devices becoming and there's more interfaces. Therefore, that all multiplies by some factor of something squared.
And I think that goes along with as we're evolving into a wearable computer. So your phone, your glasses, your watch, your ring, your earbuds, they are all going to integrate together and just work with you. And that means you can switch between what you see here, pulling out your phone, whatever you need to do at any one moment, the interaction is going to change. That's why I'm very excited that we're building grouped asset NFTs. So media can say, where am I? How should I show up here? Am I text? Am I voice? Am I an image? What am I right here? And
when did you write your first line of code for Marked?
Okay. The first line of code was in college for a Microsoft website.
Right.
Dreamweaver. Hey, it was the 90s. First line of code. It's changed so many damn times. So my co-founder Ganesh, who's in Germany, is the coder, and we started with ERC 6551. The day that came out is when my first patent was granted.
When was that?
ERC 6551 is the Ethereum standard that allows.
No. When was that? That was 5 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago.
2021. And that was the one that enabled smart contracts, wasn't it?
No, the smart contracts one was ERC 1155, and that's when CryptoKitties started. But they were both written by the same guy, Benny.
So wait, the first one allowed for perpetual royalties of an NFT and all that stuff down the line. Okay. Yeah. And then what was the second one when you started building this?
Well, that wasn't 1155 was the big one after that Engine made. 6551 was the guy who did 721, and it's a wallet, an NFT holding its own wallet. And from our perspective, that meant, things can now own themselves. They can hold all of the assets they need across formats and rights and provenance to become sovereign.
What? An NFT can own a wallet? Doesn't normally the wallet own the NFT? Can you break that down? I don't understand.
The wallet is still holding the NFT, but now we've got a Russian doll situation thanks to 6551, where if you have an NFT of a Bored Ape, right? You have a 721 and it's attached to the JPEG. That's it, right? And the smart contract says the things it can and can't do. But if a 6551 is the primary NFT, then it's...
Oh my! Sorry.
Everything. It just jumped. It's having a good.
It's just running. It's crazy.
And just so you know, when my son, my 14-year-old said I want to buy some crypto, I said ETH. I did not say Bitcoin. He owns ETH.
No, get them both.
No, I don't.
Diversify. Tell him.
100%. This is his first purchase of anything ever.
Wait, how old is he?
14.
That's awesome. Wait, so
But
did he come to you or did you go to him or how did you? Because I
I'm
remember
loud
my
enough
first.
in the house that he asked me, "What the hell am I talking about?"
That's awesome.
And
I remember
my 11-year-old bought Alphabet, and they're having a fight over it.
Wait, so your oldest bought Ethereum and your youngest bought Alphabet, the Google parent company.
Yeah.
I remember as probably 6 years old, my dad sat me on his lap and like showed me Disney, I think it was we bought. And he explained to me I'm now an owner of Disney. And that was like such an important moment. Maybe I was 12. I have no idea, but that's awesome. You're doing that for your kids.
It happened to me. My grandma bought me Reader's Digest, and I lived in the same town as Reader's Digest when I was a kid. So that was
Wait, what does that mean? Like the magazine was headquartered? Where'd you grow up? Where'd you grow up?
Chappaqua, New York, where the Clintons took over.
Wait, what's it called?
Chappaqua.
Is that like northern, southern? Where is that in New York?
It's a northern Westchester County, New York. Yeah.
And Westchester is what?
It just touches above the Bronx. So we're just the first county up.
Oh, so you're still okay. You're in the heart of it. Okay.
Yeah, we're the.
Wait, what do you mean Clinton took over? What does that mean?
Hillary and Bill Clinton moved there in 2000 when she was coming out of the Senate and running for president. That's that time.
Where was she living before? In DC?
Yeah, in Arkansas. So when they came in there, we had the choppers and everything. And it's been one of those towns when I was a baby, there were still 3 horse farms, and now it's only kids driving Porsches.
And that happened all in your lifetime?
And in half the lifetime, sure.
And wait, so where was you said your grandma was the one that first showed you how to buy stocks?
She handed me a bill of like, here's the shares that you own, because there would be a physical check.
Right.
That would look like it. And then she showed me a physical check that she had from 1940 something that was for like, I don't know, one of the first airlines or something. I don't even remember, but it's still up on the wall in my mom's house. That's a while ago.
Wait, can you cash? Is that appreciating? Can you cash that?
I think it's gone through so many buyouts and whatever since then. But it's just this thing. It's like, look at this wonderful thing I get to pan down as art now.
That's awesome.
With an oral tradition with it that I will then put on chain and have a provenance that will go through all these stories.
That's awesome. I have in my other room over there, my closet, the first check I ever got from one of the startups that sold that we were an investor of. I have it up there as well.
Oh, I have our stupid t-shirts from all of my startups.
That's awesome. I found a negative correlation. Every time I go get t-shirts for my company, it goes out of business. So about like a company and a half ago, I decided no more clothes. What do you think about that theory?
We did that too. We did one tokenized gratitude during COVID, Send Thanks Now, and it was funded by one guy. So it was more like we were on a project, his special project kind of thing. And after we successfully got it up on Thanksgiving of 2020, he shut it down. He's like, "This isn't what I thought it was going to be. But we don't have it." So, hey kids, never get in a situation like that. But then he said, "I want to do another thing." We did micro practice. So we switched from t-shirts to hats. And we had these little Vax hats, and we thought, "Oh, well, we're fine." He pulled the money again after a full build, and then we were like, "We're done with this guy."
I'm telling you, there's something. My theory on it is that if you're getting t-shirts and clothing, you've got the wrong mindset of what you're focused on in your business, and it might seem like a small, silly thing, but it's like an output of something deeper if you're focusing on the wrong things is where at least that's what I came to on why I no longer do it. I was like, that is not benefiting the business. Like, do not buy t-shirts. Stop.
The simplest way I found to say it is basically just, is your product ahead of your marketing, or is your marketing ahead of your product? And if your marketing is ahead of your product, stop and go back and work on the product.
See, I disagree. No, if you have a genuine funnel that's pointing to something that is like a waiting list or whatever, go run with your marketing as much as you want before the product's ready. I would argue most good companies start off product marketing first, distribution first. Someone said something great to me the other day. It was like, first time founder starts with product, second time founder starts with distribution, third time founder starts with team. And I thought, oh, interesting. And so I put up a bunch of ads online saying like looking for a CTO co-founder a year or two ahead of what I want to do, because I think that's right. Is like products last, marketing second, teams first. And you should build a company in that order.
I agree, with the one exception point being that the marketing is the product in that case. If you're in that stage where you're just trying to get signups and the signup is the product, 100% agree. We're in this stupid stage where we're like, we found our traction and they're really pissed off it's not here yet. So we're in the if you have a real product stage. What's a fourth time founder find out?
Now that I'm nowhere near any of that. I don't know.
You told me this damn phrase of the whole first time founder is on product, second time founder is distribution. And I say it all the time. Now I get to add team to it for the third time one.
I have your answer. Fourth time founder.
Yes.
They get on Twitter and they scream every day obnoxiously for like every other 10 minutes, and they grow a personal following. And then their personal brand becomes even bigger than their $1 billion success. That's level 5 of entrepreneurship in modern day, it seems like.
Yeah, thought leadership in your own personal brand is a big deal. And before I did the same thing before I started Marked. I invested in Meet Alfred, sending cold LinkedIns to people who were second degree connections about the things, and said, hey, are you interested in this area? Would this be something? And I've almost have 10,000 followers now.
You invested in what? Meet what?
Alfred is invested. I subscribe to Alfred, which is a cold CRM outreach that's specifically focused on LinkedIn.
Meet Alfred, this one?
Yep. And they also have been smart about recognizing AI and other things are kind of eating their lunch. They're halfway in between feature and product in terms of being swallowable. Mm-hmm. So they did a like half off for the year thing. And so I just, doubled down on working with them and use them as my CRM, which is shitty compared to other ones, but I'm not going to double pay.
You know your conversion rates? Do they give you good analytics on that stuff?
They do. They do.
Can you share your conversion rates? I'm curious.
I'm
a student of the game of cold.
No. They're all over the place. Like I haven't done it enough that I've learned what I'm doing wrong or right, but I would get conversion rates somewhere between a good one would be somewhere in between 30 to 45% conversion rate. And then the worst one I've gotten is a 17%, but they're all direct DM reach outs.
I found there's no supplement for cold messaging when it comes to manual, but it's
I met Frank, the blockchain names, by saying, hey, you look like you're in the NFT art space. Can you tell me more about what you've been doing in that art space?
All right, Jamie, I gotta go to the bathroom. I got a drink. I've been on this is now we're running into 2 hours and 20 minutes. All of a sudden
I'm just here for
content creator.
I'm trying.
We have 150 people right now watching live. That's insane. Y'all need to go get jobs. Just kidding. All right, Jamie, thank you very much. I'll see you Friday. We're doing our fundraise session. I'm gonna kick you out here and do a last minute spiel. Thank you very much for hopping in. You're a brave soul. I can't believe no one else is willing to take the opportunity to come talk in front of 100 plus people on X and LinkedIn about their business. That's Jamie. That was smart. All right. And I will then end with a brought to you by my business. We still don't have a name for it, but this is the free community. If you want to join it, you should definitely go join it. You have the ability to go talk to 325 members. You have the ability to come to all of our free public events. Our next one is July 30th. We're doing a Shark Tank style pitch day. You have the ability to watch all of the different levels that I created around what you need to do if you're going to fundraise successfully from VCs. For those of you that don't know, I did that and love VCs. Video recordings. Here's here's only half of the recordings of people that we brought on. Fathom AI, amazing startup. Let's get you their website real quick. Give him some free marketing. So Fathom AI is for the number 1 or number 2 note-taking app, AI note-taking app in the world. And so what we did was we brought Richard White and here's his company, Fathom AI, to come talk with all of our community members and answer questions about what they're building, how it can be implemented into our businesses, like how AI can be effectively used, as well as shared his story. And so we're looking for more founders like Richard, more companies like Fathom AI that want to come meet my community of founders and talk about what you're building. So Republic was a great example there. If you're a founder, you should just go join this. Here's the free one right here. My favorite, I love this guy, Nico. He also came and chatted with us. What did we talk about? The key points he made, that was probably me typing with dyslexia. Okay, he said, what should retention be for a consumer app after 1 month? What should retention be for a consumer app after 12 months? How should an enterprise company evaluate annual contracts based on usage? All that stuff's really valuable, so you can come in here and watch. We had Angelo from HP come and visit us. Just an awesome group of people. Anyway, so you can join this for free. Where is it? Here. And then if you just go on to my X, you'll be able to click it and join. I'm going to go work on the rest of my day. I hope you all enjoyed this. We're meeting again on Friday. If you want to come on Friday, you'll have to be a member of Don's Founder Club, which is school.com/Don. All right, I feel like a content creator. I got to stop doing that second. As soon as you start reading URLs, you've wandered down the wrong path. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is insane that we had 146 people concurrently watching this for almost an hour and a half, and I've been on this live stream for 2 hours. If you don't know me, throw me a follow because I want to get to know you. If you do know me, then please message me and let me know what you thought. This was our second ever Money Cage. We've done these privately for a while, but this is our second ever public one where we're live streaming. If you enjoyed it, please, I'm like looking for feedback to know if I should keep doing this. The next one is with Lightspeed Ventures. Mercedes-Benz is a legend. I love her. She is one of the best people in venture. I'm going to show you her profile and show you the application. If you want to apply to Lightspeed, you should go to this website that I built using lovable.dev. I hope Lovable sponsors me. Apparently Lovable just raised $2 billion at a $2 billion market cap. So they probably got some sponsorship money. If you know the Lovable CEO, let them know that I'm looking for sponsorship money. This is Mercedes Bent. This is her profile from the Lightspeed website. I just took a screenshot of it, and here's the application. It probably takes like 5-10 minutes, but there's not a lot of people that are going to put in that time. And if you're willing to put in that time, you have a good chance of being picked and coming to pitch her live next week. Last week we had 10 people concurrently. This week we have 146. If we're continuing to grow by a factor of 14, then I'll expect 2,843 of y'all next week watching us. So please tune in. Here's Mercedes' profile on Lightspeed. So I met her, I think 9-10 years ago. She was not at Lightspeed back then, but she's been there since 2019. Federal Reserve, childhood surrounded finance, roles of Federal Reserve. She founded 2 startups herself, so she's very entrepreneurial. She was involved managing the P&Ls of a startup that scaled from 2 million to 100 million in revenue in 4 years. That's around the time when I met her, is they were scaling up to that 100 million. And then since then, she's just gone on to like absolutely crush it in her career. So you should definitely go apply to our VC Networking Accelerator, vcnetworking.com/apply. And that'll be beneficial to you to come pitch her. All right, I'm exhausted. That was wild. I hope everyone enjoyed that as much as I did. Can we get 150 before we sign off? We're at 147. If we can get the 150, I'd really appreciate it. Go share this, please. Please. All right. I'll just text until we get to 150. Does anyone play fantasy football? Nico, if you're watching, Sleeper is the greatest app of all time. Nico, who invested in my company, their funds also invested in Sleeper, which is a fantasy football app. I love it. We do our dynasty stuff on there. All my friends and I've got 3 leagues. Oh, we got 2 trades. All right, I'll just mumble. Please go apply to join my community so that we're not wasting this time. Oh, okay. He offered. I have George Kittle. He wants George Kittle. He offered Zach Ertz and TJ Hawkinson for George Kittle. Nope. And then he offered Darren Waller and TJ Hawkinson for George Kittle. Nope. I want Kittle. I do love Hawkinson though. Anyone out there watching this live in Minnesota? Fan of the Vikings? Okay. How do I let's see. Can I go to the chat and talk to people on X? How do I do that? Let's see. X. Click play. It's not very clear. I'm rewatching it on X. It's not very clear. Let's see. Can you see this? Is that what it looks like when it live streams? That fuzzy? Jamie's looks great. Mine's like real fuzzy. I think mine was fuzzy or clearer earlier. Who's Grandpa Hang? Hey, Grandpa Hang. Grandpa Hang is right in the chat, throwing some shade at me, saying, can't believe Don isn't even looking at the chat. Yeah, because I don't know how to work this stuff. I don't know how to work this stuff. Grandpa Hang has a dog's profile photo. Come on. All right. I actually have to go. Goodbye. Thanks, y'all, for watching. VCnetworking.com. Go there. Ask my Don AI agent, where can I get involved with Don's work? How do I hire Don? How do I go to the next event? How do I join the community for free? Go ask him that. How can I join the community for free? And then Don AI will say, blah, 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 blah. There's also a second AI bot that we built where if you talk to it, it's called Introductions AI. It goes through our database of investors and it'll give you their LinkedIn links 10 at a time for 10 investors. So you say what your business does, how much you've raised, all that stuff. And then it processes all that and then goes into our database and sends you the LinkedIn's. It's really helpful. Don't do that without giving me your email. I need emails. I need to grow this or I'm not doing this. I won't do this after next week if I don't get emails. Adios. Thanks y'all for listening. Bye-bye.